What is going on? What's going on, everybody? Congratulations on making it through a Monday. I'll jump in here in a sec. It's been crazy out here in St. Louis. We've had this storm called. Oh, someone told me what it was called. It was just like there's hurricanes and there's tornadoes, and then there's just one other. It's just bananas, and instead of circulating air, it goes straight. And it was crazy. I had to sign out of work for a good 10 minutes there. And I just want to make sure this stuff is up and running. Yeah, I had a lightning bolt strike, and the rumbles and the sound and everything happen in the same moment. And that's means it's close. So I had to go AFK for a minute. It was like, I looked at the little map on, what's the name of the weather bug or whatever it is that I'm using. They have this little like lightning map that you can use. And it shows you literally where all of the lightning bolts had landed. And this one was across the street. So, didn't really want to mess. It's chilled out now, though. We'll see what this big electrical storm going through the area, so we'll see what it does for the internet. Again, congrats on getting through a Monday. To me, also to everyone else. Chasing Geekdom, as usual, is the channel. Normally out in the world covering comic conventions and theme parks, and, live races like the Star Wars Half Marathon, but none of these are things that I can do right now. So, flop down here Monday through Friday, around this time, 7:15 Central. Do my, nightly little wind down with Fortnite and talk about those things. Here we are. Let's jump into it. Today, as you can see from the title, sorry, I'm reeling from that storm and also from a doozy of a work day. Excuse me, that 70's show. A little behind the scenes tale. For those of you that don't know me, which is everyone. I lived in LA. I live in St. Louis now, but I grew up my whole life for a whole lot of years and decades in California. And for about 10 years, I would say, back and forth between LA and the Bay Area, Northern California, in pursuit of an acting career. And part of that entailed doing extra work, because one of the ways that you can get into the acting union, Screen Actors Guild, is by being a union extra on a television show or program that is SAG, Screen Actors Guild. Easier said than done. Trust me. I am now eligible to join the Screen Actors Guild, and that will never go away. Because once you're eligible, you're eligible for life. There's no expiration on, when you can and can't join after meeting those eligibility requirements. And this. And yeah, so I spent, I would say, a good 6 solid TV seasons, doing that primarily as my income. It's a little different now because back then there was a TV season, like a time when the 95%, 99% of television shows were filming. Let's go up there for fun. Stay inside the good old storm circle. Um, so TV shows would shoot during a certain time. Usually summertime is when they weren't, and that's when films would shoot. And so it made it easy. Actually, there was a lot of aspiring actors that would go on unemployment during the summer because you couldn't really get enough work on films to say a livable wage. But with the TV season, there's just so much of it that was being shot all at the same time. You could kind of ish. Anyone who lives in ever has lived in LA knows that it's nearly impossible. What's ironic is that I got my first union voucher, which comes into play in the story of the behind the scenes of that 70's show. Up in Northern California in San Francisco, and I thought, oh, cool, I got this one. So let's see what we can do about getting the rest in LA. Like, got my one, let's get the rest in. There's just so much more competition for them. And there's a lot of different ways and reasons that people end up getting them, one of which will be unveiled during this story. Hard to fault the folks that play the story because they're super cool. But I ended up, spoilers, not for this story, but getting the rest of my union eligibility on other productions in San Francisco because I kind of moved back and forth as I, would get tired of LA and doing that hustle down there. Let's see. And yeah, so 2 other productions, and then by the time I ended up eligible, I was kind of over it. As time went on, really, the resources to be able to make your own stuff, you could really do it anywhere. You're in LA if you want to, of course, make a living and have access to that particular level, because there's some really great stuff out there that isn't made right there in LA. But if you're looking to be in that 1% of people who make it into mainstream stuff, then yes, you need to be in LA. Anyway. Also, if you're new, please take note of the title as well, which is Mediocre. I'm not amazing at this game. I just play to unwind, especially days like this. I really want to blow some stuff up. Where's that coming from? I do like to fight. More out in the open, though. I'm not a builder. And thankfully, with Fortnite's, algorithms and stuff, it's they not only are pretty good at matching. Oh, there you are. Oh. There we go. You go have your meal there, buddy. There you go. They're good at matching style of play too, because I don't really come across many other builders, which is nice. And when you do, it's a nice matchup because I also like these freaking flare guns and burning them down. So it's like, yes, impress me with your cool, neat fortress of wood and other things that I shall burn down. I should probably get moving. I kind of want to get out of here. That was a shark. Why is shark going way high in the air? Shark using the wool? Whoa. That's a trip. Let's just get on out of here. Remove sharks from the equation, shall we? Oh, bye. I hear you. So part of this, some of those seasons that I was, making a living, chasing after the Screen Actors Guild eligibility, I worked on that 70's show. So there were 2 episodes. And a little bit shady on the fuzzy on the details of, like, there were 2 different episodes. You're marauders. Oh, they got him. Let's go. Do not want to deal with those fools. It's just the worst getting eliminated by those idiots. Let's get out of here. I know, you're gonna still shoot at me. So anyway, don't remember the season. That's really something I should have looked up before I started talking about this, but I don't remember. What I do remember is there were 2 episodes, one of which was Seth Green was in the episode playing Mitch. And he was this guy that had a thing for Donna, Laura Prepon's character. And he invited her to a wedding. And she ends up saying that she'll go with him. I think she was mad at Eric Foreman. And of course, Eric's, upset about this. But I was in the scene at the wedding. There were 2, actually. So there was one in a playground. And at first they were like, oh, we'll have Mitch and, like, his buds there, like people who have his back. And then they kind of outfitted us and got us to set everything on this little playground where he's going to, like, confront Eric or Eric confront him, whatever. But still, they decided, wait, Mitch is too annoying to have, like, guys that would have his back. So we were just people that were there because we wanted to see a fight. And I remember before going to that set, I was like, all right, well, it's young Hollywood, with Wilmer Valderrama and Ashton Kutcher, all these folks, and they're going to be all uptight, not uptight, but you know what I mean, like full of themselves or whatever. And I couldn't have been more wrong on that. And so in my little 70's outfit for this is one of the days. I don't know if it was the 1 or 2 or which episode it was sequentially, but They're like, yeah, you're going to be just hang out at this playground spot here. This was shot at CBS Radford, which is in the Valley, not like Fox and stuff, which are actually in LA proper. And hey, I see you. So they moved me over there, and it was pretty chill. You know, not everybody was over there just yet. And it's hanging out, and Seth Green comes over, and I was like, oh dang, I was a big fan. And he's like, hey, what's up? I'm Seth. I'm like, yeah, I know, dude. But he was just so cool and casual about it, which I thought was awesome. I thought, well, he'll be the exception. he got a kick out of the fact that they had to change their minds about him not having friends that would have his back, which made sense for the character, though. Big time. Shoot. Where are we at? Just not Marauders. That's the worst way to go out in this friggin' game. I hope they remove them. So that was cool, you know, just meeting him and seeing how chill he was. Where are we at, folks? Let's fight. Alright. It's a fun challenge trying to tell a story in any kind of sequential manner when being shot at dressed as Batman. There we go. There's that guy. Both sizing each other up, aren't we? Yeah, that was a bad move on your part, buddy. I come closer if you can't aim. Anyway. I mean, good job, dude. Good game, good game, good game, good game. That's more sportsman stuff. I mean, if you lost to this one, just saying, maybe he's just chilling and telling stories as well. I wonder what story he's telling. This one time he got shot by Batman or something. So, yeah, so there's really two stories in those 2 days. And one was basically just the encounters that I had with that cast, because that, like I said, what I expected was them to just be, you know, all Hollywood, young and like whatever, and get out of my face and everything. Especially if you know kind of the DNA of a film set, you know, extras are really, you know, low on the totem pole, lowest. But not so much treated that way with these guys and gals. Going. I'm just running around getting some cardio for the Batman. Someone gonna fight me or what? See you. Are you here? Or are you on the other side? Where are you at? Oh, I cannot find you. Come on. Anyone? Bueller. Stop hiding. That used to be me. Now I can understand. Let's fight. There we go. I see you. Come on. Come over the hill, buddy. There's 2 moss. Okay. Let's think. What are the other encounters that I had? there were two that came in a row that were interesting. So like one of them was the hundredth episode of that show. That helps pin down like what season it was. I don't remember, but um, I was in this little. I was in a break. I was in this little area where they had like snacks and stuff. There was a fridge. And I didn't. Whoa, whoa. Oh, not bad. That's a nice little hiding spot for Jake Fern. So, 70's show. Back to it. And so I'm going. I was ready up. I'm going to just get a drink. I didn't know where everyone was. It seemed like a weird little mass exodus. So I'm gonna get myself a drink because when you're working extra work for a living, you can get a lot of your meals from set. You don't have to worry about doing much grocery shopping because you spend 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day. And so you're going to be fed. And then they have snacks. And I gained some weight. I'm not going to lie. During that time because it was like catered and just awesome. So I'm going to get myself a drink. And then I hear this, hey. And I look over and it's Wilmer Valderrama. And he had been on the phone, which I thought was like oh, he's interrupting his call to tell me something. He's like, that there's like coffee bean outside, right? A free coffee bean truck. And I was like, for real? And he's like, yep. Because he saw me going for like a Pepsi. And I was like, whoa, cool, dude, thanks. And I'm sure it was mostly just to like, I wouldn't hear his phone call, but it was still like very cool of him to say. And there it was too, coffee bean. If you don't know, it's it's like Starbucks, but better. And primarily, I think just California, mostly Southern California. There was one in San Francisco that I'd go to, and right by the ferry plaza. But in LA, there are more that, like, if there's a Starbucks, then there's a coffee bean across the street from it. And since it was their 100th episode, they were kind of just treating everyone as a coffee bean, like food truck type thing outside the studio. And you can just get as many as you wanted. And because I had no self-control, of course, I had myself a bunch of they call them blendeds, so which is like the Frappuccino of coffee bean. And I had a ton, and by the end of that day, I was just like, yeah. Didn't get sleepy, though. It's the second story that I've told behind the scenes of a production where I'm like, I have no self-control, and I have like 3 of something because it's free. I'd like to think that I have more self-control now, but I really don't. I mentioned early on this lightning crazy storm thing we're having here in St. Louis. It's still happening, but not as bad. So if I have any what look like jump scares, that's what's happening. Yeah. So when I go outside to the truck and get myself my first one, I'm in line and not really paying attention. Then I look over and it's Ashton. Just chilling. I'm not gonna, when they're, especially when you're on, a soundstage, you're not gonna bother them because they could be in their process working or whatever. But it's just not my style to like care or bother anyone, anyways. But again, that perception of what I thought they were going to be like going in is why it's kind of, to me, worth telling the story, because it's like he was waiting for a couple drinks to be made, and that was when he was with Demi, and so I'm of course, just gonna leave him alone. And then there's this dude on the other side of me, so it's this dude, myself and Ashton, and we're like just doing the coffee bean thing, and this guy didn't have the chill that I had when it came to being in line on the studio lot for coffee bean with Ashton there. And I can't remember. Oh my gosh, it finally came. My friend's gonna be Leland, you're gonna be so proud of me, dude. I actually remembered a detail. I have people in my life, I don't know about you guys, but I have people in my life that remember my life for me. And my bestie Leland is one of them. He remembers, I've said it before, I suspect he's got like an eidetic memory where it's just something goes in, it's just locked in. Or maybe he's just a bigger fan of my stories than I am. Could be also the case. But they had just done like a little walkthrough of the rehearsal. And I can't remember the scene. Yeah, that's gone. So the guy leans over past me, which made it just incredibly awkward. And I've been in here already. Let's go fight someone. He's like, "Oh, hey man, you did a really good job in rehearsal. You know, it's just, modest." He's like, "Okay, yeah, hey, thanks. They give me the lines and I read them, and I don't know if he did continue on with the flattery, and it was awkward being in between them, but he was cool about it, which I thought again was cool and unexpected. There wasn't a lot of ego as I expected when I went in there. Give me it. Give me it. Thank you. So that was like another encounter. So we had Seth Green, who was chill, and then Wilmer, and then told me where the truck was. Ashton was chilling over there, and then what else did I come across that was like surprising? Again, I don't know if which of the two episodes it was. It was the wedding one, but what days? They all kind of blur together to me. But while we were all suited up in these as the wedding party, in these like powder blue tuxes, which were just awful. There was the wedding reception scene because that's where it was taking place, and we were dancing to 70's music or whatever, and but I heard something. Eric Foreman, Topher, comes over and he's like, sizes us up, and he's like, "This isn't what you're doing. Is not 70's dancing," you know. So he took it upon himself to like give us some moves so that it didn't look incredibly awkward and terrible. Shoot, I'll go in here so you know where to find me, buddy. What was cool about tape night was that, so like during the week they do their like run through for 4 days or so, and if you're doing background close enough or in some way that you're going to need to coordinate something, they may have you come in on Thursday to start, because you're not going to be there all week. They just rehearse 4 days, and then they bring in the studio audience for those types of 3-camera, 4-camera sitcoms, and then they bring in the studio audience and the extras. But if it's something like 70's show or something where they need to coordinate something like the dance or whatever, they might have you come in the day before. And for that show, wardrobe wise, I think I went in the day before for a wardrobe fitting each time. I know I did for sure for the wedding because it was that tux and we were not just kind of random pedestrian kids. Um, so we were there for a little bit on a Thursday, but tape night for that show was so cool because like they were all dating or married to or friends with most of the rest of young Hollywood at the time. So Erica Christensen was there and Macaulay Culkin was there. I don't remember who he was friends with or seeing. Those really were the two that stood out. And again, I mean, it was just such a relaxed, like, surprisingly cool atmosphere. I think it's usually, if I look back at the ones that were all like super uptight and rude or whatever, it's not necessarily people who were washed up, but maybe ones that were verging on it. Hey, oh shoot. There you are. And I think I want to trade this for that. Thank you very much. Let's get out of here. Oh, I need that land. Am I going to be able to sneak a med pack in here? Let's find out. Yeah, I was surprised to see Home Alone in there. I had just no concept of. That's not Shield, is it? Yeah. Nope. I need to get. Oh, I see you. I had no concept of like Hollywood dating scene other than like, literally what I saw on set. So I'm like, oh, you're with such and such. I didn't see Masterson much, or what's her name? Jackie. Now, aside from that little tale of the surprisingly chill vibe on that set, approachability of that cast, one of the days there was this guy, another who's shooting. Come out and play. Come on. His name was Brad. His name has not been changed to protect his identity. Hello? Just fire off a shot and not come out. Hello? 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 It was on one of the episodes or days, I don't remember which. Where are you, buddy? Where are you, buddy? Oh, there you are. Oh, he's gonna get me good. Can't see you. Oh. No, I don't want to shoot him with that. There we go. Oh, so close. Slick font. Slick elephant. Duh. I was trying to find sycophant in there for some reason. It's really up. So it was like early on in one of the production days. Like, we're getting fitted for wardrobe. That was one of the cool things about that show is that if you're a fan of thrift stores, especially ones with like old like 70's attire, the basement level in that studio at CBS Radford for that 70's show, holy cow. You go down there and it was like the most amazing thrift store you've ever seen in your entire life. And so we're just kind of getting settled in for the day or the 2 days or whatever it was going to be for that episode. And I meet this guy. I think he was going to be in the playground scene with Seth Green and Mitch and myself. And he's like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm Brad. I'm like, hey. And he's like, we were just talking about the biz. And he's like, oh, no, I've never been an extra before. I'm like, oh, right on. That's cool, dude. I'll like, because people out there don't often help each other. Like I tried to change that vibe somewhat. So I'm like, I'm gonna teach this guy the ropes. This is cool. I got an opportunity to give back, and I went on and on about like what I talked about earlier about okay, you work, so many. As he did mention, he was an aspiring actor, and he just got into LA. And I'm like, oh yeah, and I told him how you can get in the union a few ways. One's doing extra work, and you can get on a union voucher, 3 times, 3 different pays. Then you qualify to join the union, and that broke down like on a typical shoot day. Each production has a quota of union extras that they need to use before they can use non-union. Oh, look at that. What happens if I jump into it? Nothing, I bet. Let's find out. Nothing? Nope. That was worth a shot. Went on and on for a while, like half a day telling this guy, like up till lunch, like this is how whatever, and this is a good way to this and that, figure out different productions which would be good to, find those opportunities, because like if they're like a smaller production, I did just a lot of like, where was I going? There we go. Give him a lot of advice. He's like, oh yeah, cool, very humble, he's like, appreciative, thanks a lot, man, yeah. Cut to, just before lunch, and they're like, all right, yeah, we're gonna break for lunch and we'll come back for whatever. I don't like this area. Let's go fight over here. And he and I have been, hanging out most of the time. And Laura Prepon, by Donna, she looks at him. She goes, hey. She's like, you ready? And he's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, okay, so she's very forward. That's the first thought came to my mind. I thought, okay, yeah, she's not playing around. She's interested in a guy. She just goes, hey, let's go. And then the guy goes, okay, let's go. And that's what it must be like to be, famous or whatever. Oops. I was impressed by how effective that was for her. So they take off, and after lunch he comes back. I was like, so what, and he's like, oh yeah, that's my sister. So Brad Prepon. Okay. I told him, like, dude, just disregard every single thing that I told you, because I'm like, I forgot to mention nepotism. Oh no, it's not like that. It's not like that. I'm like, it doesn't matter if your family's like that, or if your sister would even ask for something like that, which I doubt she did, But I told him, like, look, dude, you're in that position. You're gonna get the union voucher. Like, today will be your first, because you're in a privileged position, and even whether you like it or not, or believe it, or lobbied for it or not. He's like, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Like, okay, sure, buddy. And cut to the end of that day, and there were different colors for these different vouchers that you ended up, which is basically just like your paycheck, if you will. And a pink one at the time was the non-union version, and a white one was SAG, the union. Yeah, it's rumbling out there. See flashes? That's what's going on. Let's go downstairs. It sounds like they're just popping that off for no reason. Because they just want to draw someone out for a fight. That game. So, obviously, we kind of know the end of that story, don't we? We get to the time when they're handing out the vouchers to everyone, and I think we know what color Brad Prepon's was. It was white. So I told him, I'm like, dude, just trust me. You're gonna need, all you need to do is show up, like, 2 more times, and you're gonna be eligible to join Screen Actors Guild. Like, I guess he was living elsewhere, and then came out and decided he wanted to pursue acting, and then not long after that, I'm like on IMDb looking him up, and he had been on I believe it was a CSI New York. Look up Brad Prepon on IMDb. I believe that happened pretty shortly after that. Yeah, that was the first of the episodes, because I remember like being there on the second, and then him calling me out, like, yo, when he saw me, because he was just out there hanging out with his sister. What you have? Do I want? Yeah, I'll take that. Where are we going? Where to? Nope. There better be a reveal of their story. Those friggin' marauders, man. Nope. Just run away. Just run away. Just run away. Not dealing with you. Nope. I'm sure there are details that I'm forgetting. That someone who is out there who remembers my life from me is like, you're forgetting this and this and this and this and this. But is that a person? That was blue for some reason. Fireflies, please. Nope. Give me it. Give me it. Get it. I'm trying to catch fireflies, jackasses. Will you stop? Nope. Run. Just run away. Just run away. Just run away. Just run away. Alright, this is where I get dusted. Hold on. Wait, no, I want... Ah! Get one down, then usually someone will go try to, like, rescue him. Oh my gosh, these guys. Am I gonna survive this? I don't know. Where are the rest of them? I think I could make a break for it. Yeah. Look what I did to your friend. this up. So close up your stupid face. Oh my gosh. Oh, now it's a player. Oh, that was smart. Good job, buddy. Oh boy. I think so. Story time is over, but I mean, we can always talk about the 70's show as a show. They're both as bad a shot as I am. I will play one more quick one. And for Steve, I'm going to jump right into it. Normally, I like to just let them all eliminate each other and saunter in after. Mostly because I don't like that cycle over and over again of like lobby battle bus drop in, die, blah, 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 that over and over and over. I know it can make me better if I do it, so every once in a while, I will do so. So let's try it. Oh yeah, where am I going? Where would everybody drop in right now? Like there? Is that scary? That seems scary. Yeah, where is everyone going? Retail, maybe? Yeah. Let's go there. Where would there be good ammunitions? I don't do this often enough to know. Oh boy. Alright, I need weapons. Here we go. That'll do. Load in here. Alright. Alright. Slinking around, that's not really fighting, is it? So let's go. Just one more gun. There we go. Now we go fight. Hello. Steve says I must fight you. Hello. Where are you? Hello. Can't say I didn't try. The Marauders count? Oh crap. Got me with the stink bomb, didn't he? Well. Nope. Not a fan. Not of the dropping in thing. Ah, those stupid Marauders. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's it for me this time. I will be at 2 weeks daily. Let's find a dance move to go out on here. I did 2 weeks straight over on YouTube. I'm going to do 2 every day, 2 weeks every day here on Twitch, and then just export video of it to YouTube too. This is for discovery afterwards, so we'll see. Yeah, but every day, Monday through Friday, 7:15 p.m. Central, I'll be here And on weekends, I'm not sure what time, because it's more casual. Last weekend, I did Saturday and Sunday. I did brunch theme. What superhero do you want to? As brunch company, and I went through 3 fandoms each day, and then eliminated down to 1 for each of them. So I think, and I'll finish it next weekend. I'll do 2 more with 3 fandoms head to head, resulting in 4 winners, and then pit them against each other. So far, we have 4 against Jacob Kowalski from Fantastic Beasts after going through 6 different fandoms. Yeah. But anyway, during the week, it's just going to be, I think tomorrow, The Expanse, finally. If you know, then you know this hat, the Rocinante. That's what we'll talk about. Yeah. You'll find me and coverage that I'm usually doing. The theme parks, the comic conventions, and the races like the Star Wars Half Marathon, those types of events. The coverage is going to be on the YouTube channel, as well as Instagram for all the images, the photos that I take, and you'll find me on Twitter. Yeah. Decent outing today, I think. Except for those Marauders are very good representation of Mondays. So maybe it's fitting. I have more behind the scenes things, but I don't want to get them all out of the way right away. But if you want, you can go back and listen to or watch the embarrassing Charlize story, as well as a Gimli tale, John Rhys Davies from Princess Diaries 2. They'll be on the playlist, live gameplay playlist on YouTube. So check that out. And I will see you all tomorrow.